As for the Denver Nuggets, obviously first finals game in their history, and their first finals win in their history. I want to talk about the Joker first, Nikola Jokic, who certainly would have a very, very strong case should they win the series, and if he wins finals MVP, for him to potentially be the best player on the planet. Again, 27, 14, and 10. That's kind of what he's been doing all playoffs long. Averaging a triple-double, shooting darn near 60% from the field, and darn near 50% from three. Like coming into this game, he's shooting like 47% from three. It's ridiculous what he's doing out there. Here's what's tough for Miami against Jokic, and here's what Denver I think is just going to keep going at. And I talked about this on yesterday's show. To go back and look, I said Miami really hurt Boston when they played zone. You can't play zone against Denver. Miami, they played a lot of zones, particularly in the fourth quarter, and helped them get back in the game. Why? Well, in fairness, I talked about Miami shooting a poor percentage from three, only shot 33% from three-point range. Denver only shot 30%. Michael Porter Jr. really struggled for three-point range, 2 for 11. You anticipate he won't play that bad again in terms of shooting the basketball. So, but if again, it's like pick your poison, essentially, defending Jokic and the Nuggets. If you play man-to-man, well, then Jokic's just going to kill you in the pick and roll. He's going to obliterate him and Jamal Murray, the dribble handoff. But if you don't play it, well, Jokic can either score in the high post with that little floater he's got, or, back you down, and he's obviously got fantastic footwork and get buckets down low, or he can kick it out to an open shooter. And again, that's exactly what he did against the zone. If you watch the tape, they just missed a lot of threes. So Jokic was often having to say, okay, if they're not going to make them, I'll just have to score. And obviously he's very, very capable of doing that. So to me, that's the biggest concern if I'm the Miami Heat. And if I'm Michael Malone, the Denver Nuggets, keep going on until they stop me. Again, I having the type of offensive weapon that I have in Nikola Jokic, why would I stop going away from that? And they really didn't all night. And if Miami, which I anticipate they will likely do most of game 2, play a lot of man-to-man, okay, just go Jokic the pick and roll, dribble handoff with Jamal Murray, or they did it, at times with guys like Bruce Brown, with KCP. Just do that. And then you get a mismatch down low against Jokic, and he could go to work and do what he does. So that is why he is. I saw on I was watching First Take this morning. They were talking about hardest players to guard. He is one of the 2 or 3 hardest players to guard for a totally different reason than a Kevin Durant, than a Steph Curry, than a Kyrie Irving, who's got the best handle in the league, than Giannis, who just beats you down with his pure strength and physicality. Jokic can do that. He is, after all, 280 pounds, but he's also a great facilitator. He's as good of a facilitator as we've seen most point guards in the NBA. That's what makes him so special and so dangerous, and what you're seeing certainly in this series, because, again, outside of Bam, who does Miami throw at him? And even Bam struggled, because the reality is most bigs struggle. AD struggled. Ayton in the second round got obliterated. And Karl-Anthony Towns struggled against Nikola Jokic in the first round. Like, it doesn't matter who you put on him, he's going to do what he does. That's what great players, truly great players in the league do. Doesn't matter the matchup, they're still going to get theirs. And that's what I expected coming into the series, even despite picking Miami, is that I know Jokic is going to be Jokic. I have confidence Jamal Murray will continue his playoff tear, which, again, he did last night. Played very well, hit some, just tough shots from the mid-range. He loves that little fake turnaround fadeaway shot in the mid-range. It's a beautiful, beautiful shot by Jamal. The question is, will the others step up? Well, last night it was Aaron Gordon. Could it be Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in game 2? Could it be Michael Porter Jr.? Again, only 2 for 11 from 3. Could he bounce back in game 2? Certainly capable of doing that. So for Denver, you should feel good about this win. They played well offensively, only held Miami to 93, which, let me check, is the lowest point total they've been held to since. Let's see what we got here. Okay, Miami has not been held to a point total that low the entire playoffs. So you'll take that. We think Miami's the better defensive team, but They struggled scoring last night, in large part because they couldn't buy a three. Again, if they just make a few of those, if Max Strus cashes in one, if Jimmy Butler makes one of the ones that he missed, he got a good look from three at one point in the game, maybe we're having a different conversation today. But if Denver makes their threes, only shooting 30%, maybe we're also having a different conversation. So again, the adjustments in game two, this is why I talked about yesterday, why I'm so excited for the biggest reason I'm excited for the series is the coaching matchup, because Spo's the best coach in the league. I think we pretty much agree on that. Michael Malone is proving what I've said for a long time. He's really good. He makes adjustments. He's the first coach ever to lead his team to back-to-back series with a 3-1 comeback, which they did in the bubble. So what will Denver's adjustments be? Curious to see that. Thanks so much for watching the show on YouTube. Be sure to click that big red subscribe button and go check out the other clips and full shows of Carving It Up Live. Have a blessed day.